be the tempo though. Ani be'ata. Welcome, one and all. Shabbat Shalom. So happy to have you here. I'm Rabbi Matt Berger, our soloist, Allison Rosoff. We also have our assistant, cantorial soloist Michelle, in the Kahal, in the congregation as well, and our accompanist, Joy Katzen-Guthrie. Tonight, we welcome our patron-level sponsors and legacy donors, those who have made pledges to the Rabbi Gary Klein Lador Vador Endowment Fund. On this special evening, we also celebrate Israel, our Jewish homeland, on its 77th anniversary in both prayer and song. And without further ado, our first song sharing our love for Israel. The people of Israel live. Am Yisrael Chai. You'll find the prayer right on the screen. This will be Shlomo Carlebach's arrangement of this beautiful song. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 O Davidu Chai, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu, O Davidu, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu, O Davidu, O Davidu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael 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 Chai. O Davidu Chai, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu, O Davidu, O Davidu Chai. O Davidu Chai, O Davidu Chai, O Davidu, O Davidu, O Davidu Chai. Any ladies who would like to ascend the bima and help us light the Shabbat candles? One for remembering Shabbat and one for observing Shabbat. Feel free to come forward and we'll sing Debbie Friedman's Light These Lights.
Hear my prayer, I sing to see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav l'ker shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So I'll say Yasher Koach, well done. To all of you gathered here, thank you for leading us and bringing in the presence of Shabbat, Shabbat warmth and Shabbat peace. Right on the screen, you'll find a prayer. It's really a combination of Avinu Sheba Shamayim, O Heavenly One, and a prayer for the IDF, Israel Defense Forces. I'll invite you to join me. Avinu Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael V'Goalo. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, shield the state of Israel beneath the wings of your love. Shelter it with the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Bless the soldiers of the Israel Defense Forces and all who stand guard to protect our people. Keep them from all troubles and injury. Secure freedom for all those held captive by the enemy. May they find strength and courage of heart. And now we'll share one of the beautiful songs from Israel, the text written by Eric Einstein, a singer, songwriter, the music by Mickey Gavrilov, called Ani Ve'ata. You and I will change the world. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata az yavo kvar kulam. Amru et ze kodem lefanai ze lo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata nenase me'hatala. Yeh lanu ra ein davar ze lo nora. Amru et ze kodem lefanai ze lo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. You and I will change the world. You and I, then all of us in the world will join. You and I will start from the beginning. It may be difficult, but it's nothing. It's not so terrible. On the screen, you'll find a reading from Abraham Joshua Heschel. I was an influential rabbi in the 20th century, not only for theology and spirituality, a voice for Israel, but was also very active in the civil rights movement in the U.S. And he writes, and feel free to join me, Israel is a personal challenge, a personal religious issue. It is a call to every one of us as an individual, a call which one cannot answer vicariously. The ultimate meaning of the state of Israel must be seen in terms of the vision of the prophets, the redemption of all. The religious duty of the Jew is to participate in the process of continuous redemption, in seeing that justice prevails over power, that awareness of God penetrates human understanding. He really was a prolific writer and thinker, God in Search of Man, Man in Search of God, a 2-volume text on the Hebrew prophets as well. We'll continue now on page 26, our segue to Shema and its blessings, the Chatzi or half Kaddish praise.
Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbah, B'yamad Yivrach Yutei V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon U'v'yomechon, U'v'chayei de kol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, U'v'zman kariv, V'imaru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach, Le'olam olam me'amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yipnoman, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shmei de Kudesha B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'ama, V'imaru amen.
Let's rise for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu. Join me in a prayer for creation and the evening, Ma'ariv Aravim on 31. Praise to you, O Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. And words of love, ahavat olam. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works in the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We'll sing Open Up Our Eyes.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Hashem, Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Feel free to be seated. We'll continue chanting the words of the V'ahavta, you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, soul, and might. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'letecha b'derech u'shofecha uv'kunecha וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Before we sing our prayer of freedom, Mi Chamocha, who is like you, on page 40. I invite you to join me in reading a powerful statement on Jerusalem, the holy city, by Elie Wiesel, the Nobel laureate. Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, the face visible yet hidden, the sap and blood of all that makes us live or renounce life, the spark flashing in the darkness, the murmur rustling through shouts of happiness and joy, a name, a secret, for the exiled a prayer, for all others a promise. Jerusalem, 17 times destroyed yet never erased, the symbol of survival. Jerusalem, the city which miraculously transforms person into pilgrim. No one can enter it and go away unchanged. How true that is. You'll find our prayer of protection and shelter, asking that God's Sukkot Shlemecha, shelter of peace, is spread over us, Israel, and the world on 42, the words of Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor Seiteinu Uvoenu Lechaim u'shalom Ve'ata ve'ad olam.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu
Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Let's turn to our standing prayers, the words of the Tefillah, which begin on 46.
Adonai, sifatai tiftachu fi agir tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'imahot, U'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol, Atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechachel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umechayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'gevurot, Umidam elach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kroshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Feel free to be seated. We'll continue with blessings 4th through 7th, first for Shabbat and its holiness. You'll find it on the screen as well as on 55. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Words of avodah or prayer. On the bottom of the following page, Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechinato l'Tzion. Blessed are you, Adonai's presence returns to Zion. You'll find words of thanksgiving and gratitude for God's goodness on page 59. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha u'cha na'ed lechodot. And Birkat Shalom for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. You are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Amvarech et amo Yisrael, Bashalom. And in the next 4 slides on the screen, you'll find the words in Hebrew, transliteration, and ultimately English of a beautiful song, All These Things, All Kol Eila. The English lyrics written by Cantor Jeff Klepper and Rabbi Dan Freelander, the music, and the Hebrew text by one of Israel's greatest songwriters, Naomi Shemer.
ביתנו התינוקת שמור לי הטוב, על האש המבוערת, על המים הזכים, על האיש השב מן המרחקים, על כל אלה, על כל אלה, שמור נא לי אלי הטוב, על הדבש ועל העוקץ, על המר והמתוק, על נטע הקור נטוע, אל תשכח את התקווה, השיבני ואשובה אל הארץ הטובה.
For the honey and the bee sing, for the bitter and the sweet, all the things which join us on to make our lives complete.
For the
Future of our children, for our prayers will never cease, for the hope that with tomorrow comes a world of peace. Al kol ele, shmor na li eli atov, al hadvash ve'al ha'oketz, al amat ve'ha'matok. Let's take some moments now to offer a special prayer of healing, Misha Berak, to those who are ill. We first think of those in the Holy Land of Israel who are in need of healing, along with the following individuals, members of our congregation, friends, and loved ones, both here and in other locations. We think of Joanne Beeman Fiddleman, Charlie Burke, Hope Brown, Tina Bruns, Larry Kane. Let's offer special prayers at this time for David Chazen, co-chair of our Brotherhood, Tyler Chang, Judith Cohen, Heather Felser, Harry Fleisch, Mitchell Freifeld, David Freelander, Myron Graff, Don Hirschman, Jim Howard, Kathy Howard, Phyllis King, Peter Leaders, Jerry Longerich, Alex Perez, Marnell Pluchok, Michael Ranzino, Joey Rettler, Joanna Reverson-Neves, Linda Roberts, Stephanie Ross, Marilyn Satinoff, Babette Schoenfeld, Angie Sermenis, Jeff Stark, Grace Tribbiano, Greg Tribbiano, and David Wolstein. And if there are other names to add, feel free.
My father, George Stark.
253.
Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha limotenu. May the
One of our favorite friends, whom I've talked about before, Abram Rabinowitz, sits down in a cafe and orders a glass of tea and a copy of Pravda, the official newspaper of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union from 1918 to 1991. The waiter tells him, "I'll bring the tea, but I can't bring you a copy of Pravda. The Soviet regime, as you know, has been overthrown, and Pravda isn't published anymore." "All right," said Rabinowitz, "just bring me the tea and 2 lumps of sugar." The next day, Rabinowitz comes to the same cafe. He asks for the tea and a copy of Pravda. The waiter delivers the tea with the 2 lumps and gives him the same answer about the newspaper. On the Thursday, Rabinowitz comes in, again orders the tea, the lumps of sugar, and the Pravda, but this time the waiter says, "Look, sir, you seem to be a smart guy, an intelligent man. For the past 3 days, you've ordered tea and your lumps of sugar and a copy of Pravda. And 3 times I've had to tell you that the Soviet regime has been overthrown and Pravda isn't published anymore." Grinning widely, Rabinowitz answers, I know, but I just like to hear it." That Rabinowitz. Can you blame him for finding delight in such news? After all, the communists in Soviet Russia were no friends of the Jews. Moreover, they weren't shy about it either. While every passport, at least from the Soviet Union since 1932, included a field for nationality, only Jewish citizens were listed as such. This so-called 5th paragraph of the Soviet passport was a source of discrimination and prejudice against ethnic minorities, particularly Jews. I'll ask our tech team to share an image of an actual Soviet Jew's passport which notes the nationality. If you see the little pink circle, and it says, it's a little blurry, but it says Jewish nationality. Like many of you, I've been closely watching the fires raging in the hills outside of the holy city of Jerusalem and in communities farther north, which have led to the closing of major highways and arteries and the forced evacuations of thousands of Israelis, transforming the normal azure skies of Israel into an ashen red. To be sure, some of these fires are the result of natural elements. Much of Israel is hot and arid, especially in springtime. It's why we prayed for dew in Israel rather than rain this season of the year. But it's clear that a number of the fires were set on purpose by arsonists who want nothing more than to terrorize Israel. And while initial arrests have been made, I'm certainly not as happy as Rabinowitz felt in that cafe a generation ago. Why? Because I am growing quite tired of the cruelty of anti-Semites, whether they're Hamas terrorists, Palestinian pyromaniacs, or Johnny-come-lately haters that reside on college and university campuses. 2 days ago, the Jewish world observed Yom HaZikaron, Israel's Memorial Day. Here in Pinellas County, we commemorated this solemn occasion with a very heartfelt and meaningful Zoom presentation led by our partnership together, Shin Shiniyot, translation Israel Emissaries, on their gap year between high school and military service, whose names are Leah and Tohar. They've also joined us on numerous occasions in our religious school on Sundays. They are joining us online from Eretz Israel, from Israel, and they shared very powerful videos, dramatic music, some of which was composed in memory of fallen soldiers, as well as personal stories from the families of recently deceased soldiers in the Hamas-Israel war. In Israel, it's quite unique. Memorial Day is immediately followed by Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day. It's a roller coaster of emotions. It would be the equivalent of having America's Memorial Day for Fallen Soldiers on July 3rd, and then, of course, Independence Day on July 4th. The proximity of these two commemorations in Israel, which begin with sadness and lead to joy, is, of course, no accident. It's meant to drive home the point that Israel's fallen military heroes were directly responsible for the creation of the State of Israel in the same way that soldiers who have died more recently in battle, as well as victims of terror, courageously defended and loved our Jewish homeland. Now, typically, Israel would mark its 77th anniversary or any other anniversary with the waving of the blue and white, the Israeli flags, music, barbecues, picnics, laughter, large gatherings, and definitely fireworks. However, because of the fires and the need for every available fire personnel to battle the blazes, most of the community celebrations were canceled. And there were certainly no fireworks to be had, making for, in Israel, a more somber Independence Day. The arsonists responsible for the fires want nothing more than to eviscerate Israel's spirit. But this will never happen, because Jews are a people of tikvah, of hope. The dream that we've collectively built, the modern state of Israel, Medinat Yisrael, was born out of the darkness and ashes of the Shoah, the Holocaust. In the words of we want to be a free people in the land of our ancestors, the land of Zion and Jerusalem, as we'll sing later to close out our service. I'll ask our tech team to share just one of many beautiful pictures of our Jewish homeland on screen. No one gave us Israel willingly or with open arms. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Immediately after declaring the modern state on May 15, 1948, forces from 5 Arab nations, Egypt, what was known as Transjordan, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon, immediately declared war on Israel. In response, Jews courageously fought for their land for years and died for it. And still to this day, the IDF, along with local police, heroically defend its inhabitants, whether they are Jewish, Arab, Israeli, Druze, or otherwise. In addition to the sinat chinam, that's the Hebrew phrase meaning baseless hatred of Jews, there was another harrowing incident that took place also on Israel's Memorial Day. This one occurred during a screening of a joint Israeli-Palestinian memorial service hosted at a synagogue called Kehilat Ra'anan in Ra'anana, a Reform congregation north of Tel Aviv. But this time, the unruly mob was led by right-wing Israeli extremists, an unfortunate reminder of what can happen when uncivil discourse and intolerance goes unchecked. Protesters physically and verbally assaulted those who attended the gathering, including the families of fallen soldiers, as well as victims of terror. Some elected officials in Israel openly encouraged the incitement. One member of the Likud political party defended the riot in a social media post, calling this incident, quote, just the opening shot. Rabbi Rick Jacobs, president of the Reform Movement, the Union for Reform Judaism, remarked, and I'll paraphrase, on this sacred day when lovers of Israel throughout the world remember the thousands of Israelis who gave their lives defending Israel, It is shameful that there are those who instead chose this day to attack fellow Jews gathered in solemn remembrance. This wasn't a conflict between two groups. This was a violent, hate-filled mob who attacked a group of peaceful Israeli Jews. There aren't separate cemeteries for the fallen soldiers that were affiliated with different political camps. Profound grief cuts across the full spectrum of Israeli society, and the memories of so many unfinished lives are held close by all of us who love Israel and understand the enormous sacrifice 77 years of statehood has required. It's a very powerful statement. With all this in mind, our celebration of the miracle of the modern day state of Israel may well be muted. But even without the beauty of the fireworks, Israel still shines as a beacon of light, and Jewish life is very much alive. The Eish Tamid, the eternal flame of our people, and the state of Israel will never be extinguished. Charred forests in the Judean hills will be replanted. Homes and structures will, of course, be rebuilt. Throughout our people's history, we have never ceased to assert our right to the land of Israel. And to this day, it remains a vital element of our emunah, of our faith. Because unlike Pravda, which went out of circulation, Israel's song will continue to be sung for many, many generations to come, Lador Vador. Thanks in no small to our spiritual and financial support of the Jewish state, as well as our individual and collective support of this holy congregation, which fulfills one of the most important mitzvot, or sacred obligations in Jewish life, Ahavat Yisrael, having love for the Jewish people, both here and abroad. So let us say in honor of Israel, Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live, and Mazel Tov, happy 77th birthday to our Jewish homeland. We're going to continue now with a special ritual that we do this time of year from the second day of Passover all the way, 7 weeks of 7 days, to the festival holiday of Shavuot, which means weeks, as it's 7 weeks past the beginning of Passover, both on the screen as well as on page 278. If you're using your Siddur, your prayer book, you'll find the intention as well as the blessing, and I'll fill in the blanks which you'll find on the screen. Join me. Hineni muchan umzuman lekayim mitzvat aseh shel sfirat omer. I'm ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the omer. The omer was the biblical measure of dry grain, usually barley, this time of year. And the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the omer. I'm going to bring it to 2 weeks and 6 days, as we say, Hayom Esrim Yom Shehem Shnei Shavuot V'Shisha Yamim LaOmer. Today is 20 days of the Omer. At this time, before we rise for the words of Aleinu, which you'll find on page 282, I'll invite all of our patron-level sponsors and those who have made pledges to our endowment fund, our legacy donors, to come and ascend the bima for a very special blessing. And then I'll invite you to remain on the bima and help us open the ark following this blessing. You can hold on, absolutely. First, I say, Bruchim Habaim, welcome to each and every one of you. Want a special moment to have you here before our sacred congregation. We learn in the book of Shemot, the second book of the Torah, Exodus, that God shared the following words with Moses. God said, "Speak to the children of Israel from every person who is moved by generosity of the heart, accept gifts from me." These gifts, of course, were to be used in the building and furnishing of the tabernacle, the portable ark, and all of its related furnishings. On this evening, we recognize and celebrate this legacy of Yidvenu Libo, the gifts that each of you have given from your levavot, from your hearts. Whether as patrons or members of our endowment fund, your resources, precious as they are, will ensure not only the present but the future of our kahal, of our congregation. We call each of you Nidivim, both generous and kind. We respect each of you as Nidivei Avo among the leaders of the people Israel. And we are grateful for all of our congregants who sustain us, just as we thank God for each of life's blessings. Baruch atah Adonai, notein tormim ne'ivim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who models generosity and gives us givers in every single generation. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
So, Todah Rabbah, thank you, each and every one of you. If you'd like to now face the ark, we have plenty of people to open the ark, so feel free to do so. And let's rise together for the adoration. 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות הרמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגואלנו כהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך
We have a wonderful crew here this evening. So glad that all of you have joined us. We'll turn now to words of memory, remembrance, and praise, Kadisha Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, which you'll find on page 294. We first think of families in the period of Shloshim, first 30 days after losing a loved one. We fondly remember Jeffrey Berman, husband of Jerry Berman, Carl Greenbaum, husband of Sandy Greenbaum, and Adam Pluchok, son of Marnell Pluchok. We also think of those who have recently died in Israel due to the ongoing conflict, who have died these past 30 days. We also think of the following individuals whose families mark yahrzeit anniversary of a passing of a loved one, as we remember Adela Aaron, Lily Altner, Stanley Barnett, Morris Bloomberg, David J. Dillon, Joseph Dunn, Patricia Gamler, Gertrude Cadies, Martin Kornfeld, Betty Raskin Kotler, Sadie Kravitz, Barbara Martini, Betty Polanco, Ben Richter, Tom Ross, Richard Schiffman, Jack Siderman, Harry Siegel, Harriet Steckler, Samuel L. Stein, Lori Stuller, Benami Teitelroyd, Seth Van Posnack, Lester Weatherhorn, Max Wexler, Roger Wolf, Adolph Wolf, and Sharon Worster. Are there any names to add at this time for yahrzeit? We say, oh please.
Julie Tingley.
We say Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of all of these good people continue to be a loving benediction, a blessing in their families' lives as we rise to offer the words of Kaddish praise together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach eritei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'alam u'lamei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'yamav imru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, puya asei shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace in the heavens cause peace to descend on us, Israel, and throughout the world, as we say, amen.
V'imiru, 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 amen. V'imiru, 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 amen.
Feel free to be seated. Join us in the Shabbat Kiddush blessing over the fruit of the vine. Words on the screen as well as on page 5 in Mishkan Tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei b'riah gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinvilanu zikaron le'maseh b'reishit kiyom tekilah le'mikra'ei kodesh zecher Chaim, to life. All right. Avi, come on up. It's time for the Motzi, the blessing over the challah. That means one for me, you, and Drew, and two more. It's like Bob Barker. Come on up. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Say the tailbone, enjoy. Pleasure to call forward Steve Sussner. He's our treasurer, representing the board and leadership of our congregation for some very important Shabbat and upcoming announcements. Just like to, for those who enjoyed the dinner with us before, it was a wonderful meal. I'd like to thank Sydney, Kara, and Alvaro for putting together a beautiful spread with the linens and everything. It was really a wonderful dinner.
Shabbat Shalom. Many thanks to Rabbi Matt, Allison, and Joy for a wonderful service. Our patrons and legacy donors, our tech team, Ed and Brad, and greeters Barry, Bill, and Steve. Elections for the World Zionist Congress, which allocated $5 billion in Israel, concludes on May 4th. Vote reform using the QR code or on ballots in the social hall. Strengthen Israel's defenders by supporting the Golani Brigade. Our brotherhood is partners with the Jewish Federation, is raising funds to equip their training gyms. This Sunday at 5 p.m., Jewish musicians Noah Aronson will highlight a community Israeli Independence Day concert at Congregation B'nai Israel in St. Pete with prayers and food. Join us next Friday for Brotherhood and Sisterhood Shabbat at 7:30. Social Action Shabbat featuring Israeli emissaries Leah and Torah will be Friday, May 16th. Following services, join us in the social hall for our Oneg Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Steve. And one additional announcement that didn't get in there. Also on Sunday, Federation's Women of Distinction event is 2 p.m. I believe it's at B'nai Israel in Clearwater, and a member of our Board of Trustees, Elise Silver, will be honored. So it's going to be a very busy day between the Siyum, or closing day of religious school, that begins at 9:30 with the ceremony and choir singing, kids choir with Harriet Zazzaro singing at 11 p.m., following by a pizza lunch, 2 p.m. in Clearwater, Women of Distinction, and then 5 p.m. All the way down in St. Pete. More Israeli food with falafel and I bet pita as well. We are going to, for our closing song, as I alluded to before, rise for the words of HaTikva. We have the Kahol V'Lavan, the blue and white. Those in Israel, when they either read or sing HaTikva, they typically stand straight with their arms at their sides, so a little bit differently than we do here in America. Kol od balevav. Kol od balevav enima nefesh Yehudi homiyah fateh Mizrach kadima ayin lezion Sophia Shabbat Shalom and happy birthday, Israel. See you in the social hall for our own egg. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Joy.